I'm Sarah Fea, and you are at Heart and Sacred Balance. So I wanted to come on here today and talk about, or talk to the ones who are the path show, like the ones creating new paths, and those of us who know we're here for something way more than the formulas that we've been spoon-fed since we were little, like get married, have kids, or get a job, or work for other people, or go to college, go to school. Like there's certain paths that most normal people um, experience in life, but then there's some of us, and I think there's a lot more than some, who know we're here for a greater purpose, who know we're here to create a new path, a new way of being. And it's hard sometimes because there is no blueprint. There is no path laid out. We are the path. We are the blueprint. And the world we're living in is not created to support people like us. And it can be really, really difficult. I know myself, I'm struggling with that because there's no motivation because no one else is doing what I'm doing. A lot of times people are like, you're doing what? And so they're hesitant, like they're drawn into the light, but then they don't know what it is. And sometimes it's scary to try new things. And so I know I'm not alone in this, because I know there's so many souls that know they're here for so much more. And they are the blueprint and the path, like I said, and they're here creating something brand new. The grid workers and the light weavers and the frequency weavers, which are still, it's new titles that a lot of people haven't heard. I know when I first came into the term light weaver of ancient codes, it described me to a T in everything I've been doing my whole life, but the term was new to me. It's not a new term, it's very ancient, but it's new in our society. So I just want to kind of talk about that today and tap into the energy surrounding it, because it is so important that we find each other on this path, so we know that we're not alone, even though sometimes it feels like we are. It's really difficult to create out of thin air. Sometimes it feels like that. Or, transmute from our souls, knowing that, like social media, the algorithms aren't going to pick up on what we're doing. And like, even these YouTube videos, I haven't been doing very many because it's been really difficult figuring out how I want to go about them. So I'm just kind of experimenting and seeing what happens. Because I'm not going to look like a lot of the videos. I'm not going to be a regular tarot reader. I'm not going to follow the algorithm on so I can get a certain number of views. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about the people who are finding my videos are meant to find them. But that's really hard to trust in. And so those of you, who are different, who are the grid workers and the light weavers and the frequency dancers, and, who are creating brand new paths from, a brand new blueprint that your soul is writing as you go along. I hear you. I see you. You're not alone. There are others of us here in this world. And, so I wanted to tap in today and kind of do a reading for those souls that are brave and who are following their heart and who are following their souls and following their soul path, even though they're having to make it up as they go along. So I just wanted to kind of tune in. I have my Moldavite with me. This is a very powerful crystal. I mean, it's formed from a meteorite, but it calls to you. You can't just, not just anybody can get this crystal. It's very, very powerful. It brings about great change and transformation, like, immediately. So it wanted to come in this reading today. Because, you know, those of us who are on this path are creating great change and great transformation, and we're breaking down the old and building the new. And you know, this crystal stone, this is what it represents. This is, you know, the powerful energy that our souls are emanating to create these new paths, these new ways of being in the world, these new services that the world is needing. And may we be brave enough to show up, even on those days that we're scared, or we don't know how the world is going to receive us, because a lot of times the world doesn't know how to receive us. And so may we be brave enough to step out and share our souls and share our shining light and share what we are here creating, in spite of what it looks like on the outside. May we trust that those souls who are meant to find us will find us, and will hear the messages, and will receive the service that they need. All right, so let me put this down. We'll put it here. Okay, so I just wanted to pull from my Soul Truth deck, just to see what we need to know, what is going to help us on this path that we are traveling on, a lot of times alone, but again, there's others in the similar path who are also building anew. So let's just check in. What do we need to remember as we journey through this path? What do we need to remember? What is the message coming through? Alright, here's one. These are really thick cards. I always think there's some stuck together. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Okay. Alright, there's one. What other messages do we need to remember as we're traveling this path forward? We're creating a new path. We're paving the way. We're creating new services, creating new blueprints for humanity, for the world. What else do we need to hear? What are messages that are coming through for this wonderful soul family watching? Okay. Any more? Alright, I'm hearing one more. What's the message? There's a message coming through that somebody needs to hear. What is that message? These cards are kind of hard to shuffle. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'm going to 1, 2. Okay. I was listening to you. It always stops. I like to listen to 432 hertz. It's like a pure tone. It helps me to think clearly, and it's just soothing. Okay, so the first message: who can I serve today? Let's read the back. Oh, there's like messages on the back. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Today's soul action. Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. This is so important because in the world we live in, the world is lacking in soul to soul. The world exists on surface level connections. And so for those of us who are following our soul path and our hearts, it's so hard to find genuine connections with people when so many are just living on the surface, and a lot of us are living in the depths of the ocean, which is beautiful, so please don't stop. But listen to your heart. What do you need today? How can you connect to yourself? Find one person that you connect with through your depth and through the soul. And just give your love, give of yourself, not expecting anything in return. And notice the joy that shows up. And it's so important when we're on this path that we feed ourselves. Because so many are just not going to understand what we're doing yet. And so it's so important to find other like-minded souls to have those soul connections with and to have the depth with. But a lot of times we can't find that. And so it's so important to give it to yourself. Okay. That's a big one. What do I resist feeling right now? We have to feel it to heal it. In order to let go of pain, we first have to honor its existence. Emotions are like waves. Some are soft, some are fierce, some are layered, and some will sweep you off your feet. When we allow ourselves to feel it all, we can then release what no longer serves us. So, on this path that we're on, where are you resisting? Like for me personally, my resistance comes in taking action. I know all the things I'm supposed to be doing, but I hesitate because I'm still releasing old belief systems around success, around showing up in the world, around starting my own business, around the expectations of others. And the systems that are surrounding us, like Facebook and the algorithms. But I have a Facebook business page, which I'll list down below. Check it out for sure. I'm not active every single day. I act when I'm inspired or led to. But somehow my page is growing. And this is the universe showing me that you don't need to show up every day. You don't need to fight with the algorithm. You don't need to worry about numbers or any of that thing. But I still do, and that's where I get stuck. But it's growing. It's now larger than my personal page, and I post almost daily on my personal page. And, you know, I find ways of, well, those are mostly bots, or, you know, they're fake accounts, or like I sabotage it. Instead of believing that maybe, just maybe, my soul resonance is reaching other people and they're aligning with my message and they're aligning with my soul signature. And that's really what it is, but I'm still trying to catch up with that. So just kind of go easy with yourself, but also ask yourself, where are you in resistance to showing up on your path? Where are you in resistance to living that soul-led life? And allow yourself to feel it, Because if we don't acknowledge it first, how can we feel it and then, you know, work with it and find solutions? So ask yourself, where am I in resistance to fully being on my path? And then allow yourself to feel it. And then be gentle and allow a solution to come. Or maybe you just need to feel the resistance and understand that you aren't alone, and it is hard. You know, you're creating something brand new, and that's difficult because there's no one else that can mentor you about it. No one else has gone down that path because you are the path and you're creating it. And that's really hard, and it can be lonely at times. But just remember why you're here. You have such a bigger soul mission, and people need what you're offering. All right, so the soul action for this. Allow yourself to feel this wave. Let it move through you, no matter how long it lasts. Then release it back into the ocean. Feel it, heal it, enjoy the sweet freedom within your soul. That's so important. Okay. I feel like this one's talking to me too. What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? I feel like I'm being called out. Anyone else feel like they're being called out? Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risks can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. This message was totally for me, but hands up if this is for you too. Because this is, like I said, this journey is really difficult. It's hard to forge a new path when no one else has done it before. It's exciting, yes. I've always been a rebel. I've never fit into like matrix jobs or society in certain ways. I'm an indigo child. I'm a rebel. I'm a Gen X, and that's just how we're born. We come out like that, I think. But it's still hard. It's still hard creating this new path and trusting in it, really. It's not that I don't know what to do. It's taking action and then trusting. Trusting that when I leap, even though I can't see where I'm going or where I'm going to land, and sometimes it's dark and sometimes I don't know. Are people going to hear me? Are people going to see my message? I don't know. And that's the beauty of it, and the scary part too. But we still got to do it scared and take the leap. Today's soul action. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. I love that. That's beautiful. That's so important. I feel like the unicorn, the oracle, the unicorns want to say something, because we are wild souls. You kind of have to be if you're going to create your own path. If you're going to go against the grain, if you're going to go against society, you have to be a wild soul at heart, or else you're just going to fall in line. But everyone that I've met on my path who is creating a new way, they're wild souls for sure. Let's see what the unicorns have to say. The unicorns are here to support us. The dragons, the fae, and... Alright. Oh, okay. That came out fast. This is theme forming here. Alright, receive. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. Exactly what I was talking about. Like, where are you resisting, and where are you waiting for someone else to do it? Where are you waiting for the path to open up, instead of realizing that you're the one who has to open the door? But this card is saying, are you in a place where you can receive the goodness and receive what following this path is going to bring? Are you able to receive the abundance that is trying to find you, or are you standing behind the closed door, too afraid to open it because it's a closed door. Your abundance can't find you if you close the door. You have to open it and trust. That's so important. Let's see what else. Yeah, compassion. I'm gonna take this one too. These cards kind of stick together, which makes it hard, but I love this. Compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. Yeah, like, it's a hard journey. It really is. It's so hard to set out on your own and bring brand new things out in the world, not knowing how others are going to receive it, or if, you know, and just trusting, taking that leap of faith and trusting that the right people will find you. But be gentle with yourself in this process, because you're learning too, and you're growing and healing while you're helping others as well. And then courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So have the courage to take the leap. Have the courage to stand alone on your path, knowing deep in your soul that you are on the right path, that this is the one you're supposed to take. This is following your soul path was not an easy decision, but you know it's the right one for you. It's okay to be different. It's beautiful, actually. It's okay to not follow the same path as everybody else. It's okay to, you know, set off on your own and create. That's what we need. You know, the old world is crumbling and the new one is waiting to be built, and you are the ones, we are the ones forging the way. We are the ones that are going to be here for those that are just now awakening, and they're going to need us and our service and our leadership. So have the courage, knowing that you're safe on this path, but have the courage to step out, even though you're scared, even though you're resisting. So I'm sitting here not knowing half the time what I'm going to talk about, but I'm showing up because I want to be there. I want to be there for those of you on this path as well, because I understand, because I'm on it too. And it's important we stick together, and it's important we acknowledge that, that this is, it's very hard, but it's so satisfying and beautiful and needed and important. Like, all of you have these amazing, beautiful gifts from your soul, and these messages from your soul that others need to hear. And so I'm showing up, and I'm doing this not knowing if anyone's gonna see it, but knowing that whoever does needs to. And even if it's just they know they're not alone, and to keep going, because what they're doing in this path is so important, and your message needs to be heard, and your presence is a gift. So I'm just pulling some dragon energy here, and okay, there's a lot that came out. So we have the freedom dragon. So you're creating this for yourself, freedom in your own life to be able to, you know, have the time, freedom of time, freedom of expression, freedom of your time and your space, and what you're doing is yours, and you're not following someone else's rules. You're not on someone else's clock. You know, you're able to create and live by your own rhythm that you know, that feeds you, not others. Transformation. This is who you are and what you're bringing. So these dragons are showing up to be a source of support, but also to show us why we're here and why we're doing this. And the freedom, you're showing others that there's a different way. You know, like for so long, people have just been stuck in this belief of working these really long hours, and all they do is they get up, go to work, eat, sleep, you know, and then the weekends they do all this stuff, and then it's back to, you know, working really hard, and that's exhausting, and people do that their whole lives, and we're not meant to live like that. There's more for us here. And so us being brave enough to step out onto these paths, into our soul paths, we're creating this freedom within our own life, so then we can go and teach it to others, and we can be an example and embody what it means to make your own way and create your own path, and create freedom in your life, so that we can show others there is another way. You don't have to be a slave to the system. There's another way to create and to live an embodied life. And what you're doing, you're transforming. You're transforming yourself. You're transforming everybody who comes in contact with you. Even if it's just your energy. Some of you have such powerful energy that just anyone being around you, they feel it. I know for me, being a light weaver and a frequency weaver, I just have to walk into a room and I shift the whole room. Kind of freaked me out when I first started doing that, but then I started doing experiments. It's pretty cool sometimes, but there's a lot of responsibility with it. And then grace. I love this jargon. So give yourself grace. It is a hard journey, but you wouldn't be here if you weren't made for it. Your soul was like gung-ho and ready to go. You signed up for this. Your soul did. I know our human selves are like, we gotta have a talk with that soul before we incarnate again. But your soul is strong enough. Your soul is amazing, and you have all the tools you need inside of you. You just have to take the leap and trust, because this is your destiny. You were meant to be here. You were meant to be a flame keeper, or a, you know, energetic coder, or light weaver, or frequency weaver, or a healer, or, you know, a soul coach, or a therapist, or the mailman, or, you know, whatever you're doing in this life, you're making a difference. It doesn't matter what your soul title is. It matters how you're showing up in the world. So keep showing up how you are. Okay, one more. I just wanted to pull, I have these really amazing soul contract cards. I mean, just as an example. I just love the art on these cards. Very cosmic. And, okay, so let's just see any final messages for those on this path, and what we need to know or remember, why we're here. Let's see. Yeah. The Akashic Records. I feel like this is just one library. My soul is very, very, very ancient. Like, I've existed before Lyra, which was the oldest planet we know. I existed before, my soul existed before form. Excuse me. And so okay, so that coffee means I'm not supposed to reveal too much. So I will just say there are other libraries besides the Akashic Records. That's all I'm going to say. But just remember, you're not, you know, yes, it's inside you, but access your soul records, because it's all in there, what you're here to do, and connect with the Akashic Records to uncover the eternal wisdom of your soul. Here lies every answer in the direction you seek. But it's really, you already have it. You just have to remember. again, it's not about learning anything new. You just have to remember who you are. Yeah, because a boundless horizon. Look at that. That's amazing. Limitless possibilities. Like, we've been led to believe that we're limited, and we're really not. We need to remember. And the reason, we're powerful. Once we remember who we are powerful beings. The horizon stretches endlessly before you, offering boundless opportunities. Expand your vision and step into the unknown to fulfill your potential. But honestly, just remember that you're limitless. Like, there's nothing you can't do. I mean, obviously, on a soul level, you got to be smart about things and use common sense. But all right, what other messages do we need to hear? This one popped out. In stillness. Get still. And that's when you're going to hear your messages from your soul, from your higher self, from your oversoul. There's a little message coming in. Soul Alliance, yeah. So everybody, especially those of us on this path, we have a soul team that is working with us. We're not doing this by ourselves. So call in your soul alliance. Walk with your soul allies. Together you will fulfill greater missions. And seek out your soul family. Seek out those of us that, are walking similar paths. And know that we're going to walk together on it, We're not meant to do it by ourselves. Don't try to do it by yourself because you'll burn out. All right, let's do one more. Yeah. Because this is a sacred pathway. It's important what we're doing. A sacred pathway unfolds before you. Trust in your inner compass and follow the divine guidance that leads you to your soul's highest calling. This is a divine path. And your soul chose it. And you have what it takes to take this path. So trust. Find the courage. Be scared and do it anyways. Show up however it looks. And trust. Like, I don't know who's going to see it. I'm so happy that you're listening and that you're here. And I just have to trust that those who are meant to hear me will find my message. And try to ignore the numbers. Yeah, so we're all on this sacred pathway. It's so important what we're doing. And the world needs us. The world needs us to create these new pathways and to create the bridges between the old and the new. We're here building the new earth, the new world, the higher consciousness. But at the same time, we're also building bridges for those that are still awakening and finding their way to the new earth. We're building bridges for them. We all have our different roles, and some of us are just building a new earth, and some of us are just building bridges, and some of us are doing both. And we need to trust in that. But find other people that are on this path, because it helps so much to have others that are walking alongside, or at least understand, even if it's just one or two other people. I finally found some souls on Facebook that understand and are where I'm at. And it's so helpful to have that love and support. Because it's like you're walking in the dark room and you can't see anything and you're trying to find your way. And that's what it feels like most of the time. So just be brave, find the courage, take the leap, do the videos, write, whatever it is that you're doing, take the leap and do it scared, because your message is important and people need to hear you and people need to see you and people need what you're creating and the soul messages that you're here to deliver. And your frequency and your energy. People need that. We're all here creating new things. Not all of us, but those of us on this path. If you found this video, then you're on this path. If you stayed listening to it, you're definitely on this path. So trust in that. You know, go to your soul libraries. Yes, there is more than one. I was coughing because I'm not supposed to reveal that yet, I guess. But there's more than one. So those of you watching, go to your Akashic and dig deeper in your soul. And remember who you are on a soul level, because that will help you, because that has information and codes for you to access things that are going to help you on this path going forward. So I'm so happy that you're here. For those who found the ending, if you're liking my content, I show up real and raw. I'm not, this is what you're gonna get. You know, you're not gonna find me looking a certain way to get the views. I'm gonna show up real, raw, goofy, and that's what the world needs more of, is people who are just real. And so if you like my content, if you stay to the end, please subscribe so that you can see further things that I'm gonna bring down the line. Great. So thanks so much for stopping by. And this moldavite, I'm gonna put it back on my fairy house. I'm so happy that you're here, and just keep trugging along. You're definitely needed. What you have to offer at the soul path. I know it's scary sometimes, and you feel like you're by yourself, and sometimes you can't see the next step, and you can't see where you're going or what's going to happen when you take that leap. And that's where we need to trust that we're either going to land somewhere we need to, or our wings going to open up and we're going to fly. So yeah, so keep trudging along, keep following your path. I'm so happy you're following your heart and you're following your soul. It's so important and needed in this world, and you're needed, and your soul is so amazing, and I'm so happy you're here. Much love. All right, take care.